Howdy folks, Doc Reese back again, coming at you from North Dakota once again. I've returned from my friend's ranch out there, the home of the Western Rebellion Antique Iron Rescue. Got a lot done this weekend, had some good times, brought home some new iron and some parts to boot, and got some stuff running, so it was a good deal. Before we get started too much here, I want to say thanks to all the people who have been watching for my videos and appreciate all the comments, the likes, subscribers as usual. I just enjoy making other people smile. And if there's any interest at all, I do have a Snapchat. I do not use it much, but it is Old Doc Reese, O-L-E, Doc Reese, R-E-E-S-E, all one word. If I get, enough people asking for me while I'm working on some projects, instead of waiting for videos, I can shoot out some quick video and picture snippets for you guys if you're interested. I don't get on it much, hardly at all actually, but if there's some interest I can start doing that. As well, I invested in a new 360-degree camera since I got a new phone that can support it. So if you haven't already checked it out, there's a John Deere G pulling 830 diesel video, not this G but the other G that's sitting out in Washington there, pull starting at 830 diesel and 360. And if you haven't figured it out, you can take and click and drag your mouse and look all around in the video instead of having to watch just where the video is currently looking. So that's pretty neat. I'm looking to get into that a little bit more, just something a little bit different. But anyway, so here we got G number 2, the 47. Got it pulled inside, got it ripped apart before I took my little trip out to Washington. I thought about pulling the head off of it, trying to figure out why in the world these valves are all screwy. I can't remember if I said it before, but I had a 7/16 inch gap between the rocker arm and the top of the valve stem here. It just wasn't a good deal. I fought with it, couldn't figure out what it was, and of course posted in one of the pages out there on Facebook, and some gentleman said, well, just take and put the lock nut on the other side. To me, that's not the right fix, because if there's that much gap, there's something wrong somewhere. You don't just adjust 7/16 gap out of valves like that. So I did a little bit of digging. I'll get to that here in a second. But in preparation to take some things apart, I was able to get all the manifold studs loose. I was pleasantly surprised at that, but I wasn't so lucky with the water pipe. I broke 3 of the 4, so I've had them soaking with Croil here for, oh boy, last 2 weeks or so. I've been alternating heat and Croil, so I'm really hoping I can get them out of there without busting them off again, flush at the block, and have to take the whole thing to the machine shop just to get them out of there. So I'm really hoping that with some patience, some heat, and with the help of some good Croil here, I can get them loosened up. I haven't really found anything else really with this tractor. No, I did not unbolt the fan yet. Pretty tight in the fans. There's not a whole lot of slop in the governor box. I do have to extract the bolt here, which there might be just enough I can get a nut welded on there. I've been hitting that with the Croil as well. Anything that could possibly move now or in the future, I've been hitting with Croil. Just trying to get ahead of it. The water pipe isn't in fantastic shape, but it's got some life left in it, at least for the purpose it needs to serve for the next couple of years or so. Gas tank came off fairly easy. I did have both of the bushings and the steel spacer deals that go up inside there. It didn't have the shoulder bolts though that go up inside, so it just had regular bolts in it, so they've been probably long gone. Let's see what else there is to note. Pulled the air cleaner stack off. Somebody had fun with it because it was just filled with twigs and sticks, so I'm going to have to clean all that crap out of there. The muffler didn't look too bad. Let's see here. I don't think there's really a whole lot else to note with this right now. When I went to look at it the first time, the bores look really clean on the inside of the block, so I'm really not worried about taking it apart. The engine's loose. I got it to turn over, got a couple chugs out of it when I tried to load it on the trailer. So I think with a good tune-up in the ignition, getting these valves working, I think I could have myself a running tractor pretty easily here. So anyway, these are the rockers that I pulled off of it. And it wasn't until I was getting ready to go out there to Festus's place, so I was going to take these rockers with me, stop in Montana, pick up another set, And I was just going to take these with me just cause, see if I could figure out what in the world the problem was. And I went to pull them off, and I laid them on the bench and went, what in the world is going on with these things? Something is really goofy. And that's when I took and looked. So I set all of the levels on this side all the same the whole way across, as if it was landing, say, against the top of a valve or something like that, something flat. If you look across there, this one's sitting nice and flat. This one's all sorts of screwed up. This one's not far behind it. This is one that's got a nut underneath it. It's just tight. I couldn't run it back up by hand to show you folks. But then this one's flat again. And I thought, well, considering how much gap there is, this is one that I moved the nut to the bottom side. You can see it's somewhat level, but the angle is way off. And actually, if you do that, the push rod rubs on the head. It pushes the push rod up to the top of the hole, and you can actually see the mark right there where it was rubbing on the head. So not a good idea. If you have that much gap in it, please do not move the jam nut to the bottom. It will not make anything really a lot better because you'll just end up rubbing push rods on the head. So I figured that out. I mean, there's quite a considerable gap, so I'm pretty sure that that's where my 7/16 gap is going to be coming from. But I was able to get from a gentleman in Montana a whole other set of rocker arms, so I got this whole set. Plus, if I don't have enough there, trying to think here. One of these came off of the G out there. Might have been this set, but one of these sets came off. So I have plenty of rocker arms to get 2 more straight ones to throw on there, and I'm pretty excited. I think I might help myself a running tractor here pretty directly. I did bring some leftover radiator hose out with me for the upper radiator hose here, but the only thing really concerning me right now is these bolts for the water pipe. Get them out of there, get this just cleaned off, and get a new gasket made, put on there, and I think we'll be in business. But I'm hoping here, it's supposed to be rainy and things like that this weekend. I have another project which you have not seen yet. That's a 65 Ford pickup, but I'm hoping to get you some good video for that this weekend. I'm going to wait until the brakes get done on it, but due to working long hours at work, I haven't been able to get much of anything done here lately. So that's why this has been sitting here for a couple weeks now as well. But again, appreciate. There's going to be a whole bunch of videos going up tonight. Hope you enjoy them. As usual, if you need anything, let me know. Otherwise, message me or comment. I'll get back to you when I can.